the bus stop. Swerving into what's hot. Coming live, Shady Sports, yeah, we got it on live. Sports and music, yeah, let's get into it. Do it like no other, do it. Blueprint for consuming the team that's never losing. Coming live from Colorado, like, share, and follow. Shady Sports, the motto, fresher than avocado. Play by play and ball for ball, we coming to you from afar. Day to day and call for call, we talk about it all.
Yeah, it's the bus stop. Talking sports and hip hop. Jump on the bandwagon, cause we talking what's hot. 8303, Denver, what's happening? We got sports action. Come take a ride with us if you DJing or rapping. No capping, stand LinkedIn. Bringing sports and rap news, stats news, and talking Denver's who's who. And we ain't hard to find. We on Shady Sports Network like all the time. Gemini Statik got the ball, it's time to grind. It's the show you won't wanna miss, not one line. And ain't there not a show bringing what we bringing. So go ahead and bust stop.
Shady Sports, 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 Shady Sports.
Yes, sir. I was vibing too much. I was like, yo, should we run that back?
Loving that intro.
It's a great intro, man. What up, Statik?
What's up? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you? Hanging in there. See, I got my Saturday already discombobulated. But whatever, guys. What's good? Welcome back. It's Saturday morning, so you know what that means. You already watched around the indoor football world, and now we're hanging at the bus stop here on Shady Sports Network. I'm your bus driver. I'm Gemini. I got Statik with me, and we just came to talk some Denver sports today, man. We got some crazy headlines, some Broncos Camp Buzz. We'll be talking a little bit on the Nuggets, too. You know, Nuggets staying relevant. And then as we do, we'll get the Statik stamp. But today will be a little different because we got a live reaction. So we'll be reacting live to Anthony Edwards' surprise drop, Damage Control with Pusha T and Wale. So I'm excited for that, man. I haven't listened to it. I wanted to listen to it. I was like, I'm gonna wait for the show. So what up, Sam?
What's up, Sam?
Just go. Sam was rocking with me last week, man, holding it down with music. So, you know, and like I said last week, we're going to continue to who runs Denver. So we're talking that. We'll get into that and try to debate on that a little bit. So let me go ahead and throw that up in the chat. You guys got any comments on it? Comment on it. Who do you think runs Denver? Is it the Nuggets? Is it the Broncos? Are the Avalanche rising? Do we have the Rapids? What was the rugby team? I forget their name.
It's a good question. Was it wasn't Commanders?
We'll find it. I'll get back on it. But anyway, we just want to see who runs Denver. We got the big three, you know, Nuggets, Avalanche, and Broncos. Been in Broncos town forever, so let's see if it continues to stay with that. So we'll get into that. And then, you know, always touching that cooler corny, see what's going on and highlight you on the music. So as we do over here in bandwagon fashion, go ahead and hit you guys with that promo, and then we'll jump right into the topics talking about the Broncos camp. So let's get it, guys. Rock with us. Hit that like button, hit that share button. You see how Sam did it. Jump in the comments and let's chop it up. Let's go.
How are you?
Bring them things, I call the plug, bring them things.
That's money. That's cash up.
Yes, sir. All right, so like I said, we're gonna be talking about this episode, who runs Denver sports. So we'd like for you guys to chime in, let us know what you think, who you're watching this season, what you're looking out for. You guys know my take, man. I'm all about football, so I'm pro Broncos all the way, and the Nuggets have been growing on me these these past few years, obviously after the title run over here in the bandwagon. I'm all about hopping on that bandwagon, so I'm with it. I'm rolling. Who are you more excited to see coming into the season, Static?
Well, to touch on the rugby team, it's the Denver Barbarians.
The Barbarians? That's such an amazing name. I can't forget it. I'm going to remember that from now on. The Barbarians.
And then the women's soccer team that we announced, they have their official team name, the Colorado Summit, or is it Denver Summit?
I think it's Colorado Summit.
Yeah, Colorado Summit FC. Honestly, I'm excited to see what these Broncos have to bring to the table. You know, it's hard. It's a toss-up for me, honestly, just because there's some great acquisitions on both sides of the sports world for us. Honestly, we get Landeskog back with the Avalanche. They've made a couple of other random moves that have, I felt like, benefited us in the sense of keeping the youth on the team, keeping that energy up. The Nuggets, I mean, their acquisitions have been pretty great, honestly, with Valanciunas. He fully committed. He put out a statement saying that, you know, he fully intends to fulfill his contract and give it his all, which was very confiding, honestly. It really gave me a lot of hope, and because that was my big concern with that was the fact that he was going to take his contract, he was going to fulfill it, but he was going to just kind of just play through it regrettably, you know, just because he doesn't get what he wants. But then, you know, then you got the Broncos, man. You got all these guys coming in fresh. You got RJ Harvey coming in, you know, hope we can see that backfield running back football that we haven't seen since, you know, the Philip Lindsay days, in my opinion. You know, it seems like it's just been hit and miss. There's no consistency. We can't find a running back that can get over 100 rushing yards in a game to save our lives. So it's just a lot of excitement, man. Honestly, if I had to pick one, I'd say I'm mostly excited to see the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way too. I'm excited to see the Nuggets. I still feel like the Nuggets need a point guard. I wanted them to go get Chris Paul just for namesake, but it would be nice to see them get a backup point guard. I think they got a chance to make a deep run though here in the West. I just, you know, it's just football, man. It's just so much more exciting. I think, you know, the pace of it, the style of it, that's what I'm here for, you know what I mean? The big hit. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the Broncos do in that front. They did go and drastically improve their running back room from what it was seasons before. I think RJ Harvey is, you know, miles better than, you know, what we had the past couple of years.
Yeah, and then you got J.K. Dobbins coming in out of left field. That was unexpected. So it's like, man, I feel like we could have that, you know, team in the backfield that really can play off of each other.
Yeah, that dynamic duo, right? And that, you know what? Hopefully, J.K. Dobbins makes it out of camp. Honestly, I heard some rumors he could be a surprise cut just based on things, but he is there, and it runs through him. If he makes it and he gets on the team, then we're gonna go pretty far. I think without him, we probably won't. But I think RJ Harvey is the guy, obviously, and planning to be the guy. But you know, I think they, you know, from what I hear, the past 3 days in training camp, they gave the ball. They started out with J.K. Dobbins, so
they're letting him try and show up.
I think that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, try to give him his chance. Try and
exactly.
See what he could do. See if he fits the mold, honestly, because I mean that's a big part of Broncos culture here. Is you got to fit the mold. You can't just come in and do anything other than fit in with the rest of the team. You know, it has to be. We move as a unit in Denver. It's never one man. It's never a one-man team. It's never a one-man show in Denver. It's always a team atmosphere. It's always the camaraderie that comes along with it. That's how we got our last Super Bowl. It was a team effort. It wasn't offense. It wasn't defense. It was offense doing their job as best they could, and the defense holding it down. You know. Yep.
And you hear that too. You're hearing that coming just even out of training camp. You know, you're hearing guys like Hufanga talking to the media and telling them, you know, comparing this defense and this team, the leaders to, you know, that was that I think it was that 2021 49er team. When did they go to the Super Bowl?
And then Sam commented that you got to make a show before corny.
Yeah. I will, you know, Sam, you have to help us with that, man. It was 2019. Right. I want to say 2019. But I feel like, yeah, you starting to hear it. Hear all the teammates talking about just the work ethic, the leaders in the room, the change around the Broncos compared to what it was seasons past, man. And I'm here for all of it. And you see that starts with Bo Nix too. He's rising up, the top 100 list. You're just hearing nothing. And granted, it's training camp. There's pads aren't even on yet. You know what I mean? Most of it's individual drills or it's not team drills, so they're not really maybe going up against somebody. But when they are, you are seeing some good looks too, and you're hearing some good things.
Yeah.
On the 25th, Zach Stevens yesterday came out and said Bo Nix looks crisp, but it looked crisp today. Had an incredible across the field throw to Pat Bryant, hit Troy Franklin in the middle of the field for 15 yards, making many other quick decisions with the ball out quick. Defense continued to put pressure on him too. And you're hearing things like that where he's getting the ball out quick. He's able to go across the middle of the field. You have guys, you got Evan Ingram, you got Pat Bryant. They're not afraid to go over the field. You're hearing that, Troy Franklin is heating up and battling Pat Bryant for their wide. Like, I feel like a couple days ago, they were like, well, who's the wide receiver too? You know what I mean? Like, what's Cortland Sutton going to do? And then all of a sudden now they're back to work and you're hearing like all of these excellent things, which I think is better than none.
Yeah, and then you get that X factor with Marvin Mims. Marvin Mims Jr., he really was a standout last year with his deep ball ability. He really came in clutch in a lot of situations, man. I remember the game against Cincinnati where, it came down to the wire and it came down to that Marvin Mims in the end zone catch, tiptoeing in the just inbounds barely at the last second to tie it up, take it to overtime, And I feel like those games that came close are going to be heavily in our favor this year. I feel like there's not going to be any real close games like that for us. It's going to be a blowout on one side or the other. Either we're going to get too comfortable, too confident, and we're going to let one slip away from us, or we're just going to run away with it, and we're just going to, run it the whole game. And,
right. And
much of other ways.
Man, we got so much more speed than we had last season on the offensive side. Like you were saying earlier, RJ Harvey and J.K. Dobbins, that completely changes the outlook of our running back room. But we can't forget, we still got Estimate coming in for power. When we do need those short yardage situations, we still got Estimate. Hopefully he makes it out of camp and he's able to come in for power. But then, on the outside, Evan Ingram's probably going to line up all over the field. He's not really going to be blocking too much. But he'll still be lining up on the line, of course. Obviously, there'll still be plays for him. There'll be sweep plays, and there'll be come around, all types of stuff. But we're going to see Evan Ingram all over the place. And then just so I feel like, having that, and then with Mims and Franklin being the rug burners, we got Pat Bryant and Sutton as our physical receivers. Like, man, I'm just ready to see the Broncos get on the field because if they're not dominating fools, like that's some good defenses they're going up against.
Right, and it's got to be interesting to see who makes the cut, really, honestly, because then we still got McLaughlin too, and he's one of those inconsistent big play guys where he really is a third running back, like kind of just relief, but when he comes in, he's real quick, he's real small, he has that ability to really kind of get around those big dudes with some technical ability. It's impressive to see what he could do at his stature. It's something that you don't see from Estime or JK or RJ in that matter, so it'll be interesting to see if they keep him, if he makes the cut. Are we going to have 3? Are we going to have 4? Are we going to have 2? Or there's so many options for the Broncos this year. It's going to be interesting to see what they finalize, really, honestly, on the back end of everything.
Yep. And that's true, man. Like, because you still got Tyler Bidet too. You still got Tyler Bidet down there in there too, man. The one they wanted in the playoffs. So it's like, and man, from what I'm hearing, teams are looking to see what the Broncos are going to do with their waiver wires. Because as soon as we put one of these guys on the practice squad, they're gone. Tyler Bidet hits the practice squad. If McLaughlin, I think all 3 of them can hit the practice squad. And if they do, they're gone right away. So I think it's fun to be able to be like, we got this, we got this, we got this. This is going to be able to work because we have this, you know what I mean? As opposed to being like, well, we need to go and get this. We probably should look for this. Our line should be a top 5 offensive line, quite honestly.
Definitely. Hands down. They only got to Bo Nix a few times last year. And, it's critical. And when they do get through that line, it's Bo Nix utilizing his feet and his speed and his agility and his ability to throw on the run. He's got it really going solid. And to have the running backs we have now really gives him even that many more options because, I mean, he could just check it down and do play action if he wants, you know. He could do run pass options. He could do so. There's so many more options at his disposal now with being able to have consistent backs that have the ability to be a receiver when it comes down to it on, you know, that play where they just leave him open. Cool. We'll take the 15-yard from the backfield on a check down, you know.
Yeah, they got PFF has our offensive line as number 2. So we're definitely, you know, holding up for Bo Nix to have time to make decisions. And on top of that, him being able to have those underneath throws to Evan Ingram, having that true slot receiver, you know, that's able to come over. And Cortland Sutton's a great slot receiver too, but just having those people that aren't afraid to come over the middle, giving him, you know, underneath options. Evan Ingram just gives him a quicker option too, where he doesn't have to look all the way downfield, you know. And then, you know, coming off screens, now we have so many different options. Who's going to do the screen, you know, like, gosh, just because we have McLaughlin back there doesn't mean he's going to catch the screen, you know. Any one of those fast guys can come across the team and catch a screen, right? Come across the field and catch a screen. So I think, man, just because I'm not even worried about the defensive side of the ball. I know
right. That's a done deal already. I feel like they're definitely going to go down as, you know, one of the better cores that we've had. And that's a lot to say, man, just because, I mean, Broncos, we're known for our defenses, man. We hold it down. We've made it to Super Bowls based off our defenses. I feel like our last 2 Super Bowl appearances have all been defensively based. You know, it wasn't because we had an all-star quarterback, you know, in our last run in 2015. We had Payton Manning, we had the Sheriff, but, you know, he was out with injury. We had
Brock Purdy. we had or not Brock Purdy, Brock Osweiler. We had Brock most of the season, man. That was a broken down Payton Manning.
Yeah. We got to send him out on a sunset with a championship, and you know, that was a great vibe. But you know, it wasn't our offense that won us that by any means. You know, they held it down and did their part for sure, but the defense scored 2 of those touchdowns in that game. That sealed the deal for us, you know, against the reigning MVP of that year in Cam Newton. So
it's funny you bring up Cam Newton. Looks like he's beefing with Jalen Hurts.
Man, who isn't he beefing with?
Right?
Cam Newton's a very controversial figure, honestly. He just doesn't know when to keep his opinion to himself and be more subtle about his opinions and whatnot. He just puts it all out there, and you know, it's crazy to think about like where he's come to in his career. Where, like, I mean, 4th and 1, it's a great podcast. I watch it definitely, but it's controversial. He has a lot of controversial opinions on there where it keeps him relevant. But I mean, he talks a big game for not playing the game anymore.
Yeah, we got to drop that controversial take, man. Bo Nix for MVP. You heard it right here. Static said it.
Yep.
No, going back to the Broncos, though, man, even the rookie punter, Jeremy Crawshaw, that Florida Gator boy, he's doing big things, too. They say he started off by going 70-plus in a punt when he was standing in the back of the end zone. Hang time was north of 5 seconds. It was a missile. This is what I'm talking about when I say he's got the driver in his bag. Then he capped the period by dropping 3 inside the 10. That's Andrew Mason. That's Mace over at 104.3.
Man, that's crazy. That's a solid hang time, man. There's not a lot of people that can do a whole lot with that kind of hang time, really, honestly. It's just fair catches all day for us, you know?
Yeah, you know, so having a punter that can flip the field like that, having, you know, a potent offense, having a super stingy defense, right? I mean, I think defense comes down to, you know, I mean, I don't even think it matters if Jahdae Barron beats out Riley Moss, because if he doesn't beat out Riley Moss, that means Riley Moss got in his bag and then he picked up a few more tricks over the offseason too, right? He's ready to go. And then Jahdae Barron's a perfectly good slot receiver. He's perfectly good, you know, safety. He can get sprinkled in all over the place. They don't have to have him necessarily start. But if he does start, that's what you want, right? From the first round pick.
Yeah, definitely. And, maybe just I'm a heavy believer in observe, learn through observation. So, I mean, if he doesn't make it and, Riley Moss beats him out for it, it's just him studying PS2 all season, and him coming in as needed and all that, and just really studying what PS2 does best and coverage and just copy pasting that. And when the time comes, when he does earn his spot and his keep, then he's going to come out prime, and it's just going to be a shutdown, no fly zone V2.
Exactly, and that's the thought. That's the hope for this season, because if he can get out there this season and he's cutting it up, man, nobody's going to throw the pass to Tan side, right?
Yeah.
So whoever that other cornerback is, they're just going to be able to eat, man. So if he's over there and he gets 2-3 picks, he can maybe run one of them back. He has like 6 or 7 pass breakups. Man, this dude could probably jump up into like the rookie of the year defensive talks. I think, go from, and I think it'll be hard for a cornerback to do, but I think he is in the best position out of all the rookie defensive players to get there if that were to happen.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a lot of orange and blue in the SBs next year.
Yeah, it better be. They're hating on it this season. They're hating on Colorado this season at the SBs, man.
I know.
We had like the most nominees and didn't win anything.
Yeah, yep, pretty much, man. But I mean, we took home the big trophy, which is the Heisman overall. We got that Heisman Trophy winner. There's a lot to brag about. I know they were dogging on the Sanders brothers, and they were dogging on Travis Hunter at one point. But it seems like that's something that that group thrives off of. They thrive off of that hate. It motivates them. So I don't trip about it at all. It's just gonna make Shador that much better. It's gonna make Shiloh that much better, and it's gonna make Travis Hunter he's gonna come in hungry.
That's true. And Travis Hunter, man, if you look all over the betting sites, they have him, he's like top 5 to win rookie of the year offense, top 5 to win rookie of the year defense. Yeah. And they still have it, they have, really decent odds for him to win both of them. So I think all he has to do really is just kind of just play his game, man. If he has a season like last season, he's probably going to get at least one of those.
Yeah, definitely. And, the person that we didn't even mention with the Broncos, that's going to be like a crazy X factor that, was coming in kind of key last year and kind of surprised even me, was Devon Vele.
Well, that's because like everyone else has been so much talked about, man. That's the thing. We still have Devon Vele, right? And I don't, it's stupid when people say, oh, they got tape on them, they'll be able to see, it's not stupid, but it's kind of pointless because, the people that are really studying the tape, they have tape on everybody anyway, they're still studying the tape. It's not like they're especially getting together like now they're like, oh well, we saw what Vele could do. And the thing is too, last year was an entirely different Broncos team, right? We're having to use people in entirely different ways that we're going to have to use them. We have some luxury usage now, right? We can decide from how it's looking, we'll see what happens once the season starts, but as it looks right now, we don't have to depend on Vele like that, right? But we know that we can. We know that we do have Vele as that third down. Because, man, he was like at one point, he was like 7 for 7 on like third down, third down receptions for first downs, So he was that dude in clutch.
Yeah, and the play that comes to mind with me with Vele in particular was that one. It was deflected in the end zone. It bounced off a dude. It bounced off both teams.
Oh, yeah, and he was right there in the back and just ended up catching it.
Yep.
Yeah, Vele, man. He was super clutch the entire season, I think. But I think also too with Troy Franklin having a good season. I think with Pat Bryant potentially having a great season as a rookie coming in, that just takes pressure off people, right? That just takes pressure off teams or
mainly
off players.
Courtland Sutton. I've been feeling bad for Courtland Sutton that he was so heavily relied on by us for the past couple seasons where he was the main target, he was the most watched, he was the most guarded and covered. That was mainly just because that's what teams usually saw was Cortland Sutton being the standout. So, I mean, it really opens it up for him where he can kind of do a little more movement out there wherever he wants to go because they don't know who to watch anymore. They don't know who to guard. They've seen what Wale could do. They've seen that Troy Franklin had his deep ball opportunities often. They've seen Marvin Mims Jr. come out of left field and just do these on both sides of the ball with Mims Jr., which I love. He was on special teams too, man. He had a couple of really clutch returns on his punt returns where it was just like it put us in a position to make things easier for us and put a lot more pressure on the defenses to hold us back. They knew we were going to get at least 3 on the board, but we have the potential to put up 7.
Do you think I think Cortland Sutton needs to end the season in that top 10 receiver conversation. He has to be a top 10 receiver, especially with all this that we have. I think he needs to be, honestly, and even above that, top 8 receiver. Yeah. Quite honestly, he has the potential to be it. I think he was tied for receiving touchdowns last season.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think all around, Cortland Sutton has to prove like he's that dude. Like especially asking for more money. I just think that it has to be this season. Because he's done, yeah, he did great last season. He did great the season before. I mean, you see what the quarterbacks he's had to work with, and he had Russ, but still, he did his thing. And like you said, defenses are keying in on him. Defense is gonna learn quickly. They can't just key in on him, right? So he should have some opportunities to catch those 50-50 balls, man, and go up and get those passes that he's supposed to get. I think, I'm just saying, I think Cortland Sutton needs to be a top 8 receiver this season for me to want to stick around with him.
Yeah, and I think he has it in him 100%. He
does
really has that ability just to turn games around and really have corners questioning their coverage ability where they're like, man, do we double him? Do we have a safety on him as well? Do we have to dip out coverage 2 on this side and open up the other side for Troy Franklin, Wale, Mims Jr., whoever else they want to throw out on that other side? Are they going to have, what's Ingram going to do? And so it's going to make it interesting, honestly. And I think that's really the most exciting part is seeing how these teams come in to try and challenge this offense, really, honestly. Our offense has stepped their game up tenfold.
Tenfold, man. And so many different options, right? Like, let Evan Ingram be our joker and key in on him. Next thing you know, Marvin Mims is that joker, right? All jersey numbers switch. Jersey just switched, different player in the same position. Like, they're so interchangeable. Oh, look at that. Pat Bryant's coming on the outside. Now you got Bailey in the slot. Who are you covering? What are you doing as a defense? You're kind of scared, right? Like, because you're going to have to bring in a safety or a nickel cornerback to guard Evan Ingram. You're going to find that out real quick.
Yep. And then that makes that opportunity for the deep ball that much more present just because if they're playing up on him like that, then you got Sutton going deep down there and throw up that 50-50 ball, and just like that, the game's different.
Yeah, remember those catches Sutton was making with Russ? There was that one in like the corner of the end zone, man, where it was out and he just stretched out and got it, man. Yeah. I want to see some more of that. Like, and that's the thing too. Like, he has been meeting up with both. So I hope he doesn't do like a sit-in or try to turn into a holdout for a contract situation. I understand there's, money talks, but I think if he goes out and really crushes it this season, I think there'll be no doubt he won't have to worry about what his contract will be next season.
Yeah, definitely. And, that's if he proves himself worthy, then yeah. But, I mean, that's also where the pressure's on him a little bit because he sees this wide receiver room. It's young, it's quick, it's healthy. So, I mean, there's a lot of options. I feel like Wale could play tight end with his stature and all that. So, I mean, it's crazy to think about having Ingram and Wale on the field at the same time. Which is also takes to flip the sport. I mean, that's where I'm excited about the Nuggets too, like where we have that ability now to have Jokic and Valanciunas on the same.
Valanciunas. Oh man, imagine that brick wall right there. What are you doing? Like, you're gonna put some skinny power forward on Jokic?
Right.
You can just dominate him. Speaking of the Nuggets, man, did you hear? So Joker went and did an interview on a podcast the other day, and he's talking about Yang Hansen, Yang Gang. So he was on I guess, Fadeaway World, and he was talking about Yang, right? So this is what, did you hear about this?
No, I did
He
not.
kind of leaked his retirement. So he said he was like, he's good. I'm happy that when he gets into his prime, that I'm gonna be out of the league probably in 2. Nah, actually. And then it said he looked off into space like with an oh no, whatever said look on his face before changing the topic. And I mean, I feel like I kind of see the Joker kind of retiring before 36. Like,
Yeah, same.
dude's
Honestly,
a
it's not his passion.
multi-millionaire. Like,
Yeah, it's not his passion. He does it because he's good at it. It was his passion at one point, just because that Serbian culture to be good at basketball and play in that atmosphere. And he one more had, and I can see it from his perspective. What more do I have to accomplish? I want a championship. I'm 3-time MVP. I've proven myself. There's nothing to prove at this point, and that's something that I feel like is deeply rooted in him, is that he fulfilled his end of what he wanted to accomplish. I don't see him retiring from the NBA and going and playing in Serbia again or anything like that. I feel like when he retires, he is done with basketball, period.
Yep. Just going to go and just deal with his horses. I mean,
yep.
That's it, right? Like, especially, like, what else is there for him to accomplish?
Yeah. Yeah. He came in underrated, underdog completely, was overlooked by 55 other picks before he got chosen. So he's like, I've proven myself. I've proven the people wrong.
Yep. I think maybe just more, just maybe more awards, and stats that makes it untouchable, right? That people can't get close to. I think that's the only thing left for him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think I don't know. I think it's just something to. I don't know. We'll see. He kind of does what he wants. He could just retire, this season. The comments, bro, going to retire before LeBron. I'm gonna be up all night thinking about that 2-3 year slip up. I don't think it matters though. Honestly, I'm worried about this season. Like you said, like I'm excited to see him and Valanciunas out there in the court together. I'm excited to see, Cam Johnson out there, pump faking and taking it in for a two-handed slam. I'm excited to see the energy that this Nuggets team is gonna bring. And think about this: they can still bring Russ back. I don't think Russ is anywhere. And I know maybe him and Bruce Brown aren't. Maybe we don't need both of them, but imagine that though, a second unit with that energy, of Russ, and Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown's defense, got Tim Hardaway's IQ out there. Come on, man. Some chance. It's a chance to do damage. The only thing I think sucks is that it will halt the growth of Julian Strawther, and a Payton Swatson. But at the same time, I think it'll highlight what they do best, right? Because now Julian Strawther can just be that catch and shooting guard. Swatson can just be that defensive four, instead of having to worry about trying to shoot threes, because we have, a Bruce Brown and a Tim Hardaway Jr. that can shoot threes. I think it helps.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah, and it'll be an interesting atmosphere. It'll be an interesting room, but that's one thing that I love about the Nuggets is they find a way to make it work. They always utilize each other's strengths and weaknesses to the best of their ability. When injury comes into play, it's next man up. Who's going to step up? We saw that in Strawther in the playoffs, really, when he went off on his I think it was like a 15 or 17-point game.
Oh yeah, and we forget about the other guys too, man. What's the other point guard? He hit a couple threes in one game, man. I think he had like 3 threes back to back. What's his name? Oh gosh, it'll come to me. But there's him and Deron Holmes.
Oh yeah, Deron Holmes. We got Deron Holmes coming back.
Yeah, he can shoot threes too.
Yep. And then we got Christian Brown, who
I
would like to see some. I'd like to see some consistency out of Christian Brown. He really stepped his game up. I thought he was really definitely a high candidate for most improved player of the year, just because from year 1 to year 2, I mean, he had a huge change in his consistency. But I want to see. But it seemed like later on in the season, I don't know if it was just wear and tear or what it was, but I seen him start, slipping off a little bit. At the beginning of the season, he started off hot. He had those highlight dunks, posterizing players, and then out of nowhere, it seems like he kind of just chilled out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I think just the depth will help the entire team. I think it'll just help them be able to get through that mid-season hump where they do start to tire out, right? Where Malone was running them into the ground, by midway through the season. Now they can rotate in players that maybe they won't even use them in the playoffs, but it gives them a chance to give players rest so that when they get down in the stretch that they do have that energy, right? Have as much energy as Chandler back there. That'd be nice. We could harness that and put that. But I feel like the Nuggets are going to play with that type of energy, quite honestly.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's going to be more faster pace, honestly, where last year you seen it heavy where we just could not get back down the court to play that defense. We have that potential now to have that dude that's hanging around the half court line that could be ready for any kind of breakaway plays and play that one-on-one. Like I have full confidence in Watson out there when it's one-on-one. He's going to come down with that block.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the Nuggets went and did this offseason what they should have done the offseason after they won the championship. This is how they should have treated that. And had they done that, we'd have at least one more championship here right now.
Yeah, definitely. But it seems like that's the way the league is going, too, which is a really weird dynamic to see as a new champion every single year. There's not a consistency of a dominating force. It's
hard.
There's no Warriors out there anymore. There's no Heat out there anymore where, they just have this super team that can just pull off back-to-back wins.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which I love to see.
Man. We'll see. I think OKC has a good chance to do it.
I don't know if they're going to be able to retain anybody else putting $500 million into 3 players.
Yeah, but they don't have to re-sign anybody else right now. That's the joy on it, though, with their team is their team's all, second-year, third-year players outside of those players that they did just re-sign. I think they got dudes shy. Well, they just re-signed him, right?
Yeah,
so like a massive deal. So they got him. They got what's his face? The
one I don't agree with was Chet Holmgren.
Holmgren, yeah.
I don't think he was ready for the contract they offered him because I could see him getting hurt or something and just being the next. I can't remember his name right now, but just overpaid and not playing.
Yeah, the next Embiid.
Embiid, there you go. Yeah,
we'll call him Embiid. Kind of the same boat, right? The injury prone. Yeah. I think they were just trying to get ahead of stuff too, so they didn't run into that having to pay outrageous amounts down the road, right? So hopefully they spend all their money and they can't do anything else. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if they do back to back. The money's all worth it. The contracts were right. They made the right decision the whole way through. But if they don't win this next year back to backs, it's gonna blow up in their face. Where they're gonna be like, "Why did we do this? Why did we make these decisions? They were just too quick and irrational for one championship." And I agree with that statement. Honestly, I don't feel like people deserve supermax contracts and multi-year contracts until they prove themselves for multiple seasons, not just one, not just pulling off one of these great seasons where they won against injured players the whole playoffs through. Like they beat down on beat up teams.
Hey, our playoff run was a bit similar too.
Yeah.
OKC's. And we went up against what, a 7 seed? 5th seed, 7th seed?
Yeah, but they were dominant. The Heat had all their healthy players. I think the only person they didn't have was what's that young dude's name?
Oh, the shooter. Tyler Hero.
Yeah, Tyler Hero. That was the only person they didn't have. And Tyler Hero has proven that, he's no X factor really. He's there or he's not, and he'll play or he won't.
He's a good 3-point shooter. Can't trust. Yeah, so I think the Nuggets got a really good chance though to knock OKC off that throne from doing that repeat for the title. I think they're one of the better options out of the teams in the West.
Yeah, I think Houston has a good chance too of also stepping their game up heavily with acquiring KD and all that. I think that they can make a good run. It'll be interesting to see how that really plays out with the team that they have already built with KD coming in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they still made it to the number 2 seed. Granted, whatever, it could be what it was or what it is, but they still made it to that number 2 seed. Other teams didn't make it there. So they're still building off that. They have now that experience, that battle test. And then adding KD in, a guy that's been there, can help take you there. It usually feels like it's a little hard for him to take someone there when it's him by himself. But I feel like this is kind of like him going to Golden State when he went to Golden State, right? They were at, they had already had their championship. They proved they could do it, though. That was the difference, I guess. Houston haven't proved that they can do it. So I think it's KD's legacy, right? If they go there, he takes them there, and he took them there, right?
Yeah.
If they don't go there, he didn't take them there. So
right. And so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out for him.
Mm-hmm. I think it's that tier, though, right? OKC, Houston, the Nuggets. I'd probably even venture to put, obviously, Timberwolves up there, too, with them being in the conference finals the past 2 seasons.
Yeah, and I never count the Warriors out, honestly, especially with getting Jimmy Butler in and all that. They got a mid-season, so there wasn't that cohesiveness that they were looking for with him adapting and acclimating right away. And so I feel like they did build off of that, and they can really build off of that for this upcoming season with Jimmy really fully incorporated into that lineup.
Right. Did they and they're still trying to sign Al Horford too. They're still trying to figure out Kuminga, trying to do a sign and trade without going into the apron, but they're gonna have to spend money one way or the other. But they're still trying to load up. You're right. And then there's the Lakers too, right? I think that's the next tier down is the Warriors, the Lakers. Heck, who was that?
Clippers.
What does the Trailblazers look like with Dame back over there?
Right. That was a crazy breaking news, honestly, to see him going back to Portland. It's like, all right, well, returning it back to the homage and seeing what he could do back there again once he's fully recovered and healthy. It'll be interesting to see.
Mm-hmm. I put the Clippers actually in that first tier. Now they have Chris Paul and Bradley Beal.
Yeah,
I think that's it. That's the core right there, right? You got Kawhi, James Harden, Bradley Beal. Come on, and Bradley Beal and James Harden are like the same position, but they could probably share the court too. They're just both ball dominant. Chris Paul, he knows how to run that second unit.
Yeah. The interesting thing I've been seeing that's been making me laugh is a lot of the Michael Porter Jr. Interviews and videos that they've been sharing, all that about him going into their training center and bragging about them having 2 courts there. And he's like, we didn't have this in Denver. And it's like,
didn't he say their training was harder too or something? He hadn't worked out hard.
Yeah. The comments had me dying just because they were cracking jokes on. They're like, now you have 2 courts to ball hog on.
Yeah, he's gonna have to shoot his. Man, he's gonna shoot for his life over there.
Yeah, and I always wish the best for players when they go apart from their drafted team and they had to build such a high reputation and relations with the team and all that, and then they leave. I wish him the best. I wish MPJ the best, definitely, but he seems like he's very salty about how things went, and he's really trying to make that widely noticed and recognized that he's happier and he's happy with this trade. And it's like, if you're happy, we're happy, man, because you're not a Nugget anymore. We're happy over here.
You're happy, clap your hands. I know playoff MPJ couldn't clap his hands last season. So I'm here for it. And just the fact that we were able to take his contract and flip it into not only just flip it into 4 players, but flip it into 4 solid rotational piece players, as well as 3 solid rotational pieces and 1 starter. I think that's phenomenal. I don't see how it gets much worse than that. And he should be happy that he was able to do that much. You know, he was the type of player that commanded that much because, man, we were probably one season away from not being able to get, you know, anything.
Right, exactly. You know, we turned nothing into something, which was great.
Right? Yeah. Yo, look, the time's flying, man. Talk about Nuggets and Broncos all day. But yo, let's take a promo real quick. Guys, we'll take a promo, come back, and then we'll get into this live reaction.
Yep. Music
on damage control. Talk about some music. Get some music in for you guys. So we'll take a couple promos, probably like a minute break, and then we will be right back. My dudes.
Come on back.
Hit that like button, hit that share button, and go check out Shady Sports over on YouTube and subscribe to all our videos. Do it.
My name is Anton Popoff, and this is my 6th year of college football. Training during the hottest times of the day is a recipe for muscle cramps, which is why electrolytes are so important. Hydration is crucial for my performance. Dragon Salt eliminates muscle cramps and boosts your overall energy level. Whether it's a weight room or field session, I fuel up with Dragon Salt beforehand. It's been a game changer for me, and it'll be a game changer for you.
Yes, sir. You see it, guys. Head on over to ShadySportsNetwork.com for all your sports news, not Shady Sports News, but we cover it all, man. We cover a little bit of everything. So we're all across the social media world, and we've been growing lately for sure. We've been picking up major traction lately. So go ahead and hop on the bandwagon, hop on the Shady Sports train, man, and just come rock with us for sure. We got nothing but great news. Good outtakes, we got updates, all types of information across all types of different formats of sports. So football being the king, but there's definitely other sports. We cover wrestling, basketball,
rugby,
tennis. What's that one that's fake and like tennis? Small
polo?
Tennis, huh?
Polo?
Nah, the new one. It's like new.
Oh,
paddleball. What is it called?
I have no idea.
Pickleball.
Oh, pickleball. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw somebody covering pickleball on Shady Sports the other day. Y'all should go check it out. Nah. Hey, so moving to our music section. Do you have any? Oh yeah, what was the New Music Friday? What do you have for the tracks from New Music Friday? We'll talk about that, and then we'll get into this live reaction because I think this dropped on. I think it dropped on Friday.
Yeah, no, that's kind of funny and ironic when you brought up the whole the live reaction we're gonna do, because I had that on my list, but with my sources it came out as Pusha T and Wale Damage Control. They neglected to completely mention that the third person on that one. So we just had Drake come out with a new song featuring Central C, Which One. I took a listen to it just to be unbiased. You know, I'm not much of a Drake fan in terms of the past year that's gone by and everything like that, but I still like to critique everything that comes out and everything, see where the wave of music is going. It's pretty good overall, honestly. I would give it out of a 10, I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10 in terms of like would I listen to it again. I put it down in the cool column.
There we go.
And then we got Lil Wayne, Morgan Wallen, and Rick Ross came out with the Miami remix.
Whoa, wait, Morgan Wallen?
Morgan
the
Wallen,
country singer?
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Yeah.
Is it cool? Corny?
It comes off as like a good mixture. There's the majority of it I would label as cool. There are parts in it that come off as corny, I would say, but it's not something I would probably listen to on a regular basis. Does take like the right mood in order to want to take a re-listen to that one. I only heard it once though, so I mean it's kind of a raw rating on that one, honestly.
Okay, it's funny. I guess it's cool how all of these stars or celebrities, whatever you want to call them, are crossing over into different avenues to become relevant, I guess, or get their face out there. Like I watched the new Happy Gilmore last night, Happy Gilmore 2, and just like the amount of golfers that were willing to like literally be a part and be involved and like just have some good fun. It's it's a cool time to be in, man, because you're seeing like stuff doesn't have to be a separate situation, right? So like with this, I'm gonna check this mix out because I remember when Lil Wayne put out his country, his rock album too back in the day. So
and like the one that came to mind, and I was gonna bring up Happy Gilmore 2 as well, was Post Malone being in that.
Post Malone was in it. He he didn't talk a whole lot. So I didn't feel like I saw he saw him in it, but the whole time I just felt like I was watching dodgeball when I saw him.
right. It felt like Little Nicky to me a little bit, where they're doing the Globetrotter scene.
Yeah, right. It felt it was an interesting movie though. What did you think about it? Did you approve it?
I thought it was really good, honestly. I thought it was a good touch on something that I feel like movies have fell off a lot lately within the past 10 years. Like plots have really kind of really diluted themselves. People are just running out of ideas for movies and good plots. They're all based off of, stuff that's already been done, so it's kind of hard. I feel like this is a fresh take on old school comedy.
It totally was, right? Because I was expecting to see like maybe something a little bit more similar to the first one, right?
Yeah.
While it did a lot of flashbacks, it definitely did have its own fresh take on, and it aligned to what we're seeing now in the golf world, right? We're seeing the two major leagues going head to head, and
you got Live and you got PGA.
And I've been watching Stick over on Apple TV, and that's a cool golf show too. So they're definitely trying to modernize golf, but get off track. So go back to more tracks though. I'm interested in checking out. And speaking of that though, does Post Malone have a new track out?
Not that I have on my list. I don't see anything from Post Malone. I don't know if you have anything.
I don't. I just figured with him being in that, he might have. No.
But then we got a new one from NBA YoungBoy. Dropped his full album for Make America Slime Again.
Slimy.
Yeah, I haven't heard it. Yet. I'll come back with a fresh take on that and a rating on that one for next week for Cool or Corny.
Me too.
But I haven't really took much of a listen. Offset came out with a new song called Professional. Also haven't heard that one quite yet. Haven't had the chance to peep that one, to give it a rating yet. Daniel Caesar, he came out with a new song, Have a Baby. Didn't take a listen to that one either, honestly. I'm not sure if I will. Doesn't seem like it's my
Daniel Caesar. I probably rock with his stuff, but I really just know that one song he has with J. Cole from back in the day, and that's the one I don't. Same. Maybe my wife will put it on. I'll choose.
Yeah.
But
the big one for me that came out that was kind of just out of left field, since he just dropped not too long ago, was Tyler, the Creator, Don't Tap the Glass.
Ooh, he was just on a track with somebody I was listening to. Dang, on a new album that just dropped. Ooh, yeah. I think he's on Joyner Lucas's album.
Okay. And honestly, 9.5 out of 10, definitely cool. Top pick for this week for me.
It's
if anybody's wanting to get into some new music, check out Tyler, the Creator, Don't Tap the Glass. His style is out there. It's cool. It's crazy. It's just something that I vibe with.
I'm here for it. I'm gonna listen to that too. See, that's why I like doing this show, man, because it gives me my music for the week, going into the week, right? You know what I mean? I don't have time to look into new music, so I love coming on here with you and being able to get my music for the week and get my tracks, my playlist set up and stuff. And it's been, man, these past couple of weeks, it's been some really good music,
right?
And some really good albums. So I'm rocking some new music all fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm here for this. They got Pharrell on the first track. See, so. Oh yeah, that's the one I think I heard actually.
Tyler's got a lot of good features on that.
Was that Pharrell one? Yeah. Any other tracks?
I think that's the only other one I had was Pusha T and Wale.
Yeah, let's get to it, man. We have to. There we go. We bring it up. Do a live reaction on this one. Where's my windows? Oh, there we go. Oh, guys, here we go. Wish I had drum roll. I gotta get some drum rolls on here. There we go. Yeah. Forgot we're musically inclined. Let's do it. All right, Damage Control, Anthony Edwards featuring Wale, Pusha T. Live reaction by Statik and Gemini. Let's get it. Eat. I'm all for Wale, everything you do, so.
Right.
Trade free. Broncos shout out though, Lewis Hamilton. I came out with he to start it, so I'm with it.
Oh, is that a shot at Birdman?
Really, Birdman. That Drake. Sue. Was Anthony Edwards.
What's up, Justin? Huh. Apparently, it's a cosign. Anthony Edwards just pretty much co-signed it, but not
Oh,
himself.
the song wasn't so good. I call it booty. Nah, I'm with it though. You know what? That East Coast feel right there, man. Wale I love that he actually just kind of. I feel like he like stepped it up a little bit on that one. You know what I mean? He
Right.
like he was hearing what people were doing, and he was like, okay, let me go in, because he always have the poetry, but I feel like sometimes if he'll linger a bit. Man, that was just fire. I thought it was good. It was definitely cool.
Yep, and all I hear is birds. That's just words in the booth. The realest Birdman. I just cock-a-doodle do.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Was a straight shot at Birdman, apparently.
And I don't know why Birdman ain't for to come with a legit backfire. Probably he'd say something, put some respect on my name.
Right. He didn't put no respect on it. He put a little respect on his name with the cock-a-doodle do.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no, it's definitely a good beat. I dig the beat. That was definitely Wale's influence right there, I feel like. But at the same time, that's the Clips influence too, right? To have those like that fanfare type feel.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, overall, I like it. I would definitely listen to it regularly, and I would hope that they come out with like a extended version of that.
Yeah. So, dang, I was wondering. I want to hear an extended version, man. I want to hear Ant-Man getting rap, because after looking into this, apparently he do. He do got a couple of tracks out with his brother.
And there was a shot at Drake as well. Money talk. The wrist is light blue. Sugar Hill Sweet. Shit is feeling type 2. Bruised egos, man. You dudes might sue.
You dudes might sue. Yeah, then Drake, he sued Kendrick, right? Or he sued Pusha. Who did he sue? He sued somebody, man. Come on, you can't be. I don't understand how he's still dropping albums.
Right.
I thought that was the first code in hip hop. You can't be suing people.
Yeah, street cred goes out the door when you start bringing in legalities and this and that, and you're talking to lawyers and so like that. Like the street cred drops a lot, man. Like
that's why he's been doing all those singy albums.
Yeah, 100%. And he's not
some Birdman. Birdman. I listened to Birdman the other day when stunting like my daddy. But I always known Birdman can't rap.
Right, yeah.
But I was always Pusha T.
I'm always bumping Big Timers, Still Fly, but that's Manny Fresh right there. There's nothing like a Manny Fresh beat. It's like up there with Timberland beats, you know.
Definitely up there with Timberland beats. That's classic.
Yeah,
you know, classic. But Birdman, you know, just Birdman. I don't think I ever listened to just a Birdman track.
I don't know if he has anything that's just by himself, does he?
He don't, because Garbanzo.
Right.
Nah, that was pretty fire though. I'm here for it, man. I'm gonna give it a cool.
When's the last time you guys listened to some Birdman? That was it, man. Was Big Timers for me.
Big Timers. Gator boots with the pimped out Gucci suits. Come on, yeah. And then starting like my daddy, which is such a weird song to sing.
Right. But he low key put a lot of people on that wouldn't have made it on their own, really. Like, I mean, Juvenile was the first big one out of Cash Money, period.
Nah, Lil Wayne was the first big one out of Cash Money, period. Juvenile, I think, had the biggest song for sure with
I would agree with that.
Would back that ass up, but even Lil Wayne was on that still.
Yeah,
and I think The Block Is Hot came out before that or after? I don't know. I just know growing up in that area, I don't know. I was popping with Lil Wayne, but Juvenile was fire too, though. Juvenile was my dude too. So, and then a deep one they put on, help put on was Kevin Gates, right? Because they cut him from the label.
Yeah, and fun fact, 500 Degrees by Juvenile was the first album I ever bought. I think I was around probably 11, 12 years old. That was the first one that I added to my collection. 500 Degrees.
I think The Block Is Hot was the first one I ever bought, actually. By Lil Wayne, yeah. So I'm just, so I'm an avid Lil Wayne enthusiast. I think I'm only like 2 or 3 years younger than him or something like that. So I was right there popping when he came up. But Juvenile, everything he dropped was flawless and amazing, I thought, too, right?
The whole UTP era. The whole UTP era was balling.
Yep. He had his whole little clique, too, right?
Yep. Man,
I throw some Juvenile on.
Throw on some Juvenile for us, Justin said.
So take it back, some old school. Oh yeah, I mean, definitely don't forget to check out our AL2 pregame show coming up at 11. We got people on site.
Yep.
We got boots on the ground, so come rock with us. They'll be coming up directly after this show. We'll probably be wrapping this up here shortly, actually. So they'll be coming on in the next 25 minutes. Don't forget to check that out. And tomorrow, I think they'll have the AAL2 game on, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sam. But anyway, we got sports all day. Shady sports. Like Statik said. So keep rocking with us. Maybe let's see what Juvenile. I think Juvenile actually might have something new, right? Because they all got back together.
I know that they did a tour recently all together, yeah.
Yeah, see, he got a song right here. Goodbye, April 25th. Not really. Oh, a Chance the Rapper and Juvenile. What? How long is this? Chance, I think Chance has something coming out. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So yeah, the AAL2 championship game will be on right after the pregame show. Makes sense. Why would you have a pregame show the day before? And that'll be on PDF Sports Network. The pregame show will include exclusive announcements, so definitely make sure you check it out, guys. Shoot, this song seems perfect to go ahead and just start getting the closeout on too.
Right.
Well, thank you guys for rocking with us. It's been a really good episode, I think, today. Pretty fun. We got some good news. Talked about the Broncos camp a little bit, some rises in the Broncos. We talked about the Nuggets, a little scare about Joker maybe retiring in a few years. But also they're a great team that they built up, right? So then got some music. That Damage Control. I'm glad I waited to listen to that. It was a great song.
It was. I wish it could be longer. That's the only.
I know. I was like, wait, is it ending already? What the heck? I thought Ant was about to come and slay it. I was looking for that.
Right. But yeah, no, appreciate everybody watching, tuning in with us as always. Continue to follow us, continue to like, share, comment, subscribe, get your bus pass. We got stuff in the works as well here of getting out on site, making sure that we're doing stuff from sites. You may be seeing us here coming up in some of the training camps for the Broncos, doing some live segments from there. So stay tuned with us.
Yes, definitely rock with us for sure. We got so much amazing stuff coming out, like you said, and then hopefully see us out of the training camp. Just keep rocking on with Shady Sports Network too. Like Sam said, we do got the AAL2 pregame show directly after this, coming up at 11 Mountain Time, 11 Denver time. Just keep up with us here at Shady Sports Network, just like Justin said, So we're rocking with you every Saturday morning, man. We got Around the Indoor Football World comes on at 6:30 in the morning before us. So our Saturday lineups are blowing up. Sundays we'll have pregame shows. We'll have fantasy reports all throughout the week. We have so many shows. So head over to the Shady Sports YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Tag a friend who thinks that the Nuggets still need a point guard. I think they do. So if you got any friends that think they do, go ahead and tag them as well, so they know about this. Keep rocking with us, guys. Until next Saturday. Next Saturday we'll have more camp updates. We'll have more news, and we'll have. Oh yeah, thank you guys for 2,300 subscribers, and on top of that, we'll have our reactions to the songs too that we mentioned today that we're going to listen to. So we'll be talking about those tracks as well, and I'll definitely be telling you guys what I feel about this Tyler the Creator album. So thank you guys for 2,300 subscribers. Let's get that to 5,000 by the end of the NFL season. I can't talk for some reason, but yeah, that's on YouTube. So check out our X. We got Instagram. We got Facebook. We got Discord. We'll have the Thursday nights popping in Discord with the voice chat and Justin. So we got something for everyone on whatever type of media that you want to consume it on. I promise you. So keep rocking with Shady Sports Network. Thanks for helping us grow. Let's grow bigger. Get this thing selling. Until next weekend, guys. Oh, actually, I wanted to play the intro again just because I love it. So I think every time on the bus stop, that's the thing. We're going to play the intro to start and the intro to end before the outro. So here you go, guys. Get it in your ears again.
It's the bus stop, swerving into what's hot. Coming live, Shady Sports, yeah, we got it on live. Sports and music, yeah, let's get into it. Do it like no other, do it. Blueprint for consuming the team that's never losing. Coming live from Colorado, like shit and follow. Shady Sports, the motto, fresher than avocado. Play by play and ball for ball, we coming to you from afar. Day to day and call for call, we talk about it all.
Yeah, this the bus stop, talking sports and hip hop. Jump on the bandwagon, cause we talking what's hot. 8303, Denver, what's happening? We got sports action. Come take a ride with us if you DJing or rapping. No capping, staying LinkedIn, bringing sports and rap news. That's news and talking Denver Zulu. And we ain't hard to find. We on Shady Sports Network like all the time. Gemini Statik got the ball, it's time to grind. It's the show you won't wanna miss, not one line. And ain't there not a show bringing what we bringing. So go ahead and tune in, man. We just hanging at the bus stop.
Shady Sports, 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 Shady Sports.
I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. changer.